Hey everyone, I'm Timmy Scott, and if you're new here, welcome. As you can tell by the title of my video, it's going to be a story time, at least for this one anyway. I'm thinking of probably doing more story time videos, like just random things I went through and stuff like that. But anyway, this one is going to be different. This is a different type of video. This is what it was like for my first time taking weed edibles. What I went through, haha kind of way. For those who have been long-term friends of mine that stick around to watching my videos, as you know, for those who have known me for a little better than a few years, know I used to smoke marijuana back when I lived in Chicago. Now, I was diagnosed with PTSD. It's an unfortunate condition. If you don't know what PTSD is, it's post-traumatic stress disorder. But for my friends that do know it, well, I'm telling you now. Even though you probably already figured it out. Whatever. Just like with weed edibles. For those who don't know what that is, it's basically marijuana mixed in food and candy and all that. For those who enjoy that. So, I remember before I had gotten on my medical marijuana card, I waited all the way up until my adulthood to try it. So, I was anxious. A friend of mine at the time, I thought to myself, you know what, I ain't wasting no time. I didn't want to wait. I was impatient. I'm like, that's an unfortunate personality trait of mine I had, because I usually am not patient with a lot of things, but it's part of a thing I have, unfortunately. Sometimes I'm getting better at learning that, how to be more patient. Anyway, getting off track here. So, as I mentioned, I'm getting impatient. I'm at a friend's house, popped my first edible. They were homemade. They're about the size of this. And took a half a bite of it, anyway. Give it about 45 minutes. Usually takes about an hour or so to kick in, depending on the size of the person you are. As you know, I'm a small person. Anyway, take my first bite of it. First half the bite of it. Not giving it any time to wait, all that. And then I wanted to jump in and take another half. Again, didn't waste no time waiting. Didn't want to wait. Again, was impatient. So then I went and took, but this time took a whole bite of the same size of the previous part of it I had. And not thinking anything of it, didn't think of how hard it was going to hit me, because again, didn't waste no time, was impatient, etc. So, waited a while. Eventually, it did hit me. It hit me hard. It hit me like a tidal wave crashing over, and I'm just like, whoa, I didn't expect it to hit me that hard. And I've heard stories about edibles and how it can hit people and stuff like that, whatever. But I didn't think it hit me that hard. I thought to myself, once it did finally hit me, I thought to myself, I can't feel my legs. I thought I couldn't feel my legs. I wanted to go for a walk, so me and my friend went on a walk just so I could wear it out. Like, at least, I don't want to get rid of it. I just thought to myself, like, this came unexpected. And again, because I was so impatient, that's what I kind of get for not being patient enough to let it sit in my system. So, eventually, as time went on, it did kind of wear off. Anyway, that was my first part of my edible experience. And then comes the fun part. I finally get my medical cannabis card. And for those who have been, again, friends with me for some time now, know I used to smoke a lot back in Chicago. because again, I had PTSD and whatever. Anyway, so when you're smoking marijuana, it has a quicker effect of hitting you. But with edibles, it's a longer process till it kicks in. It's depending on the size of the person. So anyway, I'm happy that I got my card and stuff like that at the time. And I go to the store and all that, and picked up some edibles again, like I had mentioned. There was all different kind of edibles there. Chocolate, gummies, you get the idea. So I grabbed a couple gummies, grabbed a couple chocolate edibles, popped a few of the gummy edibles, and then went right after that. Again, wasted no time, didn't want to be patient, didn't think anything of it, all that. Then I popped in some chocolate edibles right after. And again, I didn't let the effect sit in with me. And sitting on my friend's bed, still remember it till this day. I throw up everywhere because I mixed it, and I didn't give it time to let it sit in. And I usually don't throw up to edibles, but because I mixed too much of it, different types of it, that's why I threw up on his bed. I felt really bad doing it. And then, month or so, whatever, down the road, I meet up with one of my friends at the beach. There's some type of event, some moonlight type of event at the beach. I'm thinking to myself, if I don't make it obvious, I could probably get away with taking some edibles. So these type of edibles were kind of square-ish, like whatever, medium-sized square type of edibles, and milk chocolate edibles. Thought to myself, again, wasting no time, wasn't patient, didn't think anything of it, didn't think how hard it was going to hit me. Mind you, again, I'm a small person, so those type of things hit me quicker. So, without trying to make it obvious, I was digging through my bag. These were plastic sealed covered edible bags, and I thought to myself, trying to get into it. So I'm digging in it, trying to find a way to get it open, and I finally get it open, popped it in, and it kind of took over. It was like a tidal wave. Eventually, because again, wasted no time being patient, no time to think anything of it, didn't think it would hit me hard. And within the 45 minutes my friend had dropped me off at home, it did eventually hit me. And I'm just like, again, it's like a tidal wave where it came over and it just hit me. And I'm just like, I didn't see it coming. Because again, wasted no time, wasn't patient, none of that. And I thought to myself, you know what, I'm just gonna go upstairs, get in my house, just laid out. And I'm just like, passed out for about 12 hours. After I wake up from it all, I'm still feeling the effect. Because this was a pretty strong edible. And after that, I started to become a little more cautious. Started taking smaller bites at the time. I had like 4 pieces. Anyway, letting it not nearly affect me as hard. Be a little more cautious with it. Anyway, what I'm getting at is the only reason I had did marijuana a lot back in the days of when I was in Chicago is because I was alone a lot. I did it as an escape to help with my problems, my anxiety, and my depression. I did that for those reasons. I looked to it as an outlet. I loved it. I enjoyed it when I did it. Now that I'm away from being in a violent area in my life, I don't need it as much anymore. Now, mind you, I wouldn't mind doing it again if the opportunity arises, if I'm around good people, positive vibes and stuff like that, because I'm all about good vibes and being around a good environment, a non-violent environment anyway. And yeah, I have no regrets not doing it when I did, when I was smoking back in the day. I have no regrets. I have no regrets smoking marijuana when I did, having it any chance I had. I did it any chance I had because, again, I'm diagnosed with PTSD, and it helped me. It just helped me. Sometimes marijuana doesn't have to be for everybody, but for me, it did help the problems I had. Now, again, I'm not in a violent area in my life where I have to rely on it to escape from it. I don't need it as much as I used to. And again, mind you, depending on the environment, the area I'm in, if I'm in a good, positive environment, I'll take it if I have to. I'll smoke it again if I have to. Or if I'm offered and the environment's positive, and you get the idea. If I'm around good vibes and stuff like that, I wouldn't mind doing it again. But in the meantime, I don't need it nearly as much as I used to. And there's no real purpose because I'm in a better environment than, again, where I was. I was in a violent area. And now that I'm not, it's like, again, I don't need it. I know it works for a lot of other people that do it a lot. No judgment here, obviously. But again, if I have the opportunity, if I'm around good vibes, good people, good environment, the whole rundown, all that, then I wouldn't mind doing it again. But in the meantime, like I said, I won't nearly smoke it as much as I used to, because I'm away from a violent area I was in my lifetime. This is the only story time I have for today. I might make other different story time videos depending what comes to mind. Like, I've had story time ideas before, but this time, this is the story time I have for today, for my videos. So, I was just gonna also add, I've seen story time videos and thought to myself, maybe I'll make some, maybe not, haven't decided. So, again, this is one of the story time videos I wanted to make. I found it amusing to me, and maybe you'll find it amusing. Again, I smoked only because it was a good source of outlet for me, and it helped me back when I needed it. And now I'm in a better environment. I don't need it as much, but if the opportunity arises, and I'm around positive people, positive environment, a place where I'm just around good people overall, and the environment's positive or whatever, I'll take it if I can, knowing I'm trusting my intuition with it. And I'll take it, again, if I have to, if I want to. It's my decision. So, with that being said, this was a story time video of the day for anyone that has interest in, well, listening and watching. So, thanks for watching. Might make another one, depending on what the story time will be. And with that being said, I will see you guys in the next video.